Russia to Japan, drop territorial claims if you want peace treaty.
Take it from me.
Don't do it, Russia. Oh my God. Listen to them, Russia, please. China, South Korea, and the Philippines definitely know what happens when Japan gets a little wild. The last thing the world needs is for them to use this flag again. Drop territorial claim if you want peace, says Russia again. Admit these islands are Russia or no peace treaty, okay? Meanwhile, Japan about to go demon mode again. Please, don't back them into this corner. Has Putin literally never read the horrific things Japan did during World War II? Or even better, does he not remember his country got their butt kicked during the Russo-Japanese War? That was an extremely embarrassing moment for them. Why would they want to do it again? Imagine Russia starting a two-front war for these islands. Japan and Germany signed military supply sharing pact. Gentlemen, the time has come. Oh no. Again. Let's not. The reunion. But this time, they're the good guys. Ooh, the new Hearts of Iron DLC, Arms Against Tyranny. Arms Against Tyranny? You fought for the freaking no-no Germans. No, the no-no Germans fought for us. Finland #1. That is kind of a more accurate way to describe it. Finland was at war with the Soviet Union before the other guys. Way before the other guys, in fact. Also, don't forget about something known as the Lapland War. In 1944, Finland declared war on the no-no Germans. The Mongol Empire, worthless Central Asian invaders. They'll never be considered Indian. Meanwhile, the Maurya Empire, wow, Oshka united India, even conquered Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Assam. What a great king, and an example of a great empire. Funny how both these two nations ended up having extremely similar borders just centuries later. Well, I guess you should say over 1,000. An English history textbook versus an English history textbook without the French. Then we have a French history textbook versus a French history textbook without the English. Oh no, they're the same. This is obviously not accurate. Just like Joker and Batman, those two kind of need each other. Without one, the other can't exist. What an awful take. Upvoted with love. It's fine. Singaporeans watching their prime minister literally break down crying on live television because of how fricked they are. I was literally just watching epic TikTok edits of this moment in history. Talk about character development. Funny enough, this Singaporean leader thought his state would fail without Malaysia, since before that moment in the 60s, they were one singular country. But what a creative twist the history writers for this season gave us. Singapore is currently doing so much better than Malaysia right now. Seeing this moment, all Singaporeans must have united to turn their country into like this great rich nation. This must have been nuts to watch. Actually a blessing in disguise. Franco be like, of course Adolf, take as many Spanish volunteers as you like. They'd be perfect in Africa. Meanwhile, Adolf himself putting those Spanish volunteers somewhere in an icy wasteland. I heard Stalingrad looks great this time of year. He literally said, nope. Did you think it was gonna go that way? Nah. I mean, on the surface, you think the no-no Germans would just put the Spanish soldiers in the African front. They're literally right there. They're probably more used to the climate, but no, Adolf needed them in a much more difficult battle over here against the USSR. POV, Germany didn't surrender on May 7th, 1945. Yeah, this might have also been a blessing in disguise. People always wonder if they could last any longer. Doesn't matter, really. This man had already sealed your fate. The Germans in World War I throwing their hands up in the trenches after moving down hundreds of troops, thinking they'll be safe since they surrendered. Meanwhile, Canadians. The Canadians were not going to go along with that plan. Fun fact, a lot of rules had to be put into place after the Canadians were involved in World War I. They were crazy. They did a lot of crazy things. John Clem was a drummer boy in the Union Army during the Civil War who at age 11 shot a Confederate colonel who demanded his surrender. Promoted to sergeant, he became the youngest NOC in Army history. He retired in 1915 as a general and the last active serving veteran in the Civil War. Surrender, kid. We got you surrounded. Oof. This kid would probably be the greatest Fortnite player of all time. I don't even know why I'm asking that question right now. He just got guts. A Civil War veteran that lived long enough to see World War I. Crazy. Inflation is good because me, who be like, the great deflation of 1870 to 1890, the prices for the most basic commodities fell almost continuously. However, nominal wages remained steady. This resulted in disposable income and saving, essentially giving birth to the middle class. I never studied economics, so I don't know, but this does sound pretty base. The crown of Bohemia, the crown of Hungary, the crown of Poland versus the crown of Slovakia. Okay, whatever you do, do not enter an airplane with that Burger King crown on. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh yeah, I guess Burger King is technically older than Slovakia. Get him out of the plane. Nobody Mansa Musa on his way to, I don't want to pronounce that word, but I'm guessing this is his kingdom. He's handing literal bags of money to everyone, and well, he can just buy his way to whatever he wants. Talk about suffering from success. This man is still believed to have been the richest person in history, even adjusted for inflation. He is said to have noticeably affected the value of gold in the country. Literally crashed a whole other nation's economy by gift giving. We need to save money. We can stop painting the space shuttle's external tank. Genius. And now the right image is so iconic. This just looks weird. Why paint any of it anyways? How much was that paint costing? Not worth it. Richest families in medieval Bologna be like, Bologna? Oh, I almost just called them baloney. I'm the richest. Builds another tower. No, I'm the richest. Builds another tower. I'm the richest. Builds another tower. No, me. And this is why this small area in Italy basically looked like New York City. It was all just a bunch of people flexing their wealth. The towers have since been destroyed. How sad. It was in the 12th and 13th century, the highest being 97 meters. Man, why don't they still stand? This is literally Manhattan, New York. Natural disasters be like, all of you get out. Get out right now. That's the Lighthouse of Alexandria, the Colossus of Rhodes, Statue of Zeus, Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Don't forget the Temple of Artemis and Mausoleum. Except you stay. Great Pyramids of Giza. Is this calling the Great Pyramid of Giza a clown? I will admit, if we were able to see what these actually look like, maybe Giza wouldn't be that impressive. I think the pyramids are just impressive because they are the last survivor. Spain's plan to conquer China. We have conquered the whole new world, sir. Great. Now let's set course for China. And how exactly will we take China? Intermarriage, of course. We will replace them in a couple of generations. To be fair, I can see where he came up with this logic. I mean, that's basically what Spain did with their colonies in all of America. Problem is, China had literally millions of more people there than were in America. Also, Spain had the diseases on their side in the New World. The exact plan, though, involved an invasion and assimilation of the Ming Dynasty with a coalition of Spaniards, Portuguese, Filipinos, and Japanese, as well as other potential Chinese friends. In best case scenario, the Spanish Empire could aspire to form an Oriental theater in the Ottoman Habsburg Wars. And this guy was aiming for the stars. You lost the war. Get over it. No, we didn't lose. We oofed so many Viet Cong and obliterated the northern Vietnamese forces so hard. Your generals cried from their losses, and your methods of warfare were so unconventional. You lost. Get over it. No, we didn't lose. These islands are Argentinian. Our armies were superior in every way. You Brits don't have the rights to the islands. It's ours. We'll get it back. You lost. Get over it. No, we didn't lose. The South shall rise again. This war of northern aggression shall not go unavenged. You will pay for this unjust war where you tried to take away our states' rights. You lost. Get over it. No, we didn't lose. We oofed so many soldiers and even captured some POWs. Your defenses were obliterated. You had to give up the Sinai, and you cried to America for help. You lost. Get over it. No, we didn't lose. Man, I'm out of here. My dad is a war criminal in Kosovo, Serbia, and Croatia, Serbia, and Bosnia, Serbia. Blah, 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 blah. You lost. Get over it. No, we didn't lose. I can't keep doing this. You guys don't deserve mercy after what you did to our settlers. We civilized your country. Savages continue to speak French. Blah, 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 blah. You lost. Get over it. No, we didn't lose. We never signed a treaty with you and didn't surrender. You emus will pay for crapping all over our crops and destroying our way of life and being an absolute pest to Australia. The many ways countries around the world just can't take L's. From the Vietnamese to the Americans to the British over Argentina over the Falklands to the US over the South during the American Civil War, during Israel to the Arab states during the Six-Day War, during the collapse of Yugoslavia, the Algeria independence over the French, and the most famous of all when the emus gained their independence from Australia. And as you can see, many of these L's are still being cried about to this day. Crazy. Meanwhile, Stalin, when Russian Jews moved to Israel and not his poopy Jewish state in the middle of the Siberia. Wait, nobody wants to move to my oblast? Did he really think they were going to want to move all the way over here? Gotta admit though, they've always had a very fascinating flag. This is a top secret mission. You will be sent to New York and burn it to the ground. Okay, the Nono Germans are ready. 2 weeks into the mission, I surrender myself to the FBI. Great, but I need the other secret Nono German names. Yeah, Adolf's plans to have German spies try to tear America apart from the inside didn't go that well. Right, surprise. It's crazy how much better the Soviets ended up being as spies compared to the Nono Germans. Gladiators in movies, I can't take it anymore. Just oof me. Meanwhile, gladiators in reality, I am well fed, semi-famous, get plenty of women, and after 3 years, I'll be free. It's like they were literally rock stars of the ancient world. Plus, whenever you're like tired of it, you can just go out in the blaze of glory. Get eaten by a lion. That's how I'd want to go out. Hannibal's army with 50,000 men. Uh-oh, I think I sense another oversimplified viewer. Okay, this guy who had he's gonna get absolutely devastated. Carthaginian victory. One of Rome's worst losses, but to Rome's credit, they just got back up and kept fighting. American soldiers, when French people started to criticize U.S. actions in Vietnam. Hold on, this whole operation was your idea. Remember that Vietnam was formerly a French colony. You just kind of took up the arms for him and took the L. 58-year-old Teddy visits Woodrow Wilson in 1917. Woodrow, buddy, I'm glad you finally decided to fight in the war in Europe. I had no choice. Great, now give me a horse and a gun. Wait, what? but I will oof on the battlefield. Every time I hear about Teddy Roosevelt, it's like, we're never gonna have a president like him. Man was prepared to get oofed during the Great War. Wartime cartoonists relentlessly mocking foreign dictators, knowing that if their country loses, they'll be the first ones to be brutally massacred. The life of an artist, all just to make some funny memes. I guess in a way, I am the 21st century version of that. If North Korea ever takes over the USA, I am done. And thank you to the patrons. You can go to the link in the description down below to patreon.com to support me. JohnDenver, Jack Traven's annoying friend. I can't sleep without Drew's voice. InquisitorXarius, Fredrik Tibblin, Drew, it's your dad back with the DaBeautiful-MEGAN-Underwood, Carmel Amateur Archaeology,
RyeThePie,
Sebby, if you hear this, I love you,
Mexican 760,
LuxembourgLover, Tambre, and ZaneyBoi.